What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today I'm gonna give you 10 tips that help me transform my physique from here to here. Let's go. Now, before we get started, it is extremely important to understand that the only way to losing body fat and getting shredded is by being in a calorie deficit. And these tips that I'm gonna share with you today help me by creating that calorie deficit and make dieting that much easier. Starting with number one. And the most important one from today's video is tracking. If we don't track, then we don't know. And if we don't know, then we're just guessing. And if being in a calorie deficit is what we know is the driving factor to losing body fat, then we need to make sure how many calories we're eating in a day so we can measure these things. So something like a food scale and tracking things in on an app like MyFitnessPal is gonna allow us to track our daily intake and let us know how many calories we're actually eating. Now, this next one is key because everyone does it. So listen up. Stop doing it. Don't buy it. If you don't buy it, you won't see it. And if you don't see it, you won't eat it. This is gonna save us a lot of calories. You are literally setting yourself up for failure by buying the things you know you shouldn't be consuming and are not gonna get us closer towards our goals. Let's be honest. If you bought it, you're gonna eat it. You already spent the time, energy, and money on it. So my suggestion is plan ahead. Something I like doing is writing on my notes, writing everything that I need and the only things that I need. So stick to the plan. Sorry, this one really stresses me out. You see what I'm saying? Now, when looking to burn those extra calories that can help us create that calorie deficit, it is extremely important that we try and prioritize a little bit more movement on a daily basis. Now, this can easily be done by setting aside some time pre or post workout to doing some sort of cardio. Now, something that I've been doing that has easily gotten me 1,000 to 2,000 extra steps in a day is moving in between my working sets. Instead of just sitting there and scrolling through social media for a minute or two, just get up and move. And something else that you can do is take a 10 to 20 minute walk during your lunch break or even after any of your meals. And this will also help with digestion. Or you can buy a pet. That way you know you have to walk them. This one's a bonus. Sam just loves when Zoe's in the video. Ain't that right, Zoe? Now, if you've been following me during my fat loss journey, you know that I season absolutely everything. You will never see me eat a plain potato or a plain piece of chicken. Why? Because like I've said in my previous videos, seasoning your meats or your potatoes is not the reason why you can't seem to lose weight. It's your overall calorie consumption or the fact that you may not be tracking and adding all of these extra high calorie sauces that I do not recommend. So something that I was doing during my cut was sticking to the low calorie sauces, things that are 0 to 20 calories, things like G. Hughes barbecue sauce, sriracha, sugar-free syrup, sugar-free ketchup, and my absolute favorite one, Cholula. Cheers to getting shredded. Hey, at least that's 0 calories, right? Now, this next one's extremely underlooked and I'm not sure why we don't do enough of, and it's drink more water. I know some of you are watching and saying, yeah, I don't drink much water at all. Try your best to at least drink a gallon of water. I know that if I drink 4 of these, this is 32 ounces and this is exactly 1 gallon. This is gonna help us stay hydrated and help us stay full. So buying a bottle that you can keep with you at work, at the gym to always remind you to, hey, drink more water. We wanna have something a little bit different. So choose 0 calorie options like sparkling water, diet ginger ale, or Fresca that I have every single night. These things are gonna make dieting that much more enjoyable. And if you are a soda drinker, get rid of those extra calories that we don't need and we wanna save for food and look for water or 0 calorie options. Hey, if you're enjoying and finding this video helpful, Zoe and I would really appreciate it if you hit this button, as it would really help us push this video out as well as allow me to put more food on her plate. Now that I made you feel bad for not smashing that thumbs up button, let's get back to the video. Now, when dieting and restricting calories, your goal is to eat as much food as possible while still being in a calorie deficit. And the best way to do that is to sticking to low calorie, high volume food so you can enjoy more, eat more food, and stay full for longer compared to high calorie options. This is 180 calories of peanut butter, this is 180 calories of Greek yogurt, and this is 180 calories of zucchini and squash. Now, it's gonna take you a lot longer to finish the Greek yogurt and the squash compared to one mouthful of peanut butter. All I'm saying is spend your calories wisely, just like I would hope that you spend your money wisely. Think of it as if you were in the casino and they were offering $20 entries over here and $1 entries over here. Listen, I'm not the greatest at math, but I'm gonna go play 20 times over here. So something I realized is that most of us eat way too damn fast and never really let that food settle. Therefore, when you're done, you're still hungry, and we usually pick and snack on things that we don't account for and don't help us get into that calorie deficit. So 3 things that I would recommend is maybe read, spend some time eating with somebody, chat with somebody, and if you're by yourself, spend some time scrolling through social media while eating. That way you can slow it down. Number 2, eat with a smaller spoon. Be more mindful when eating, chew a lot more, but this is gonna signal to our brain fullness while we're eating a lot slower and letting that food sit. And number 3, and I never knew that I would own a pair of freaking chopsticks. Now I know this can get a bit frustrating. Believe me, I was never an expert at this, and I'm still not. But it helps. It helps me slow things down, and at the end of the day, I'd rather be full and still eating than be hungry and not eating at all. And hopefully, by the end of your meal, you still own a pair of chopsticks. Listen, I know what I'm about to say may not be the sexiest thing you want to hear right now, but if you're doing the same thing and getting the same results, something needs to give. We need to be doing something different. Don't do the same thing and expect different results. Without change, there will be no progress. And the best way to do that is to keep it simple. If you want to focus on something long term, then stop focusing on the fancy and trending recipes you see on TikTok and social media. They're fun to try. Trust me, I get caught up in them myself. When you should be focused on trying to keep things as simple as possible and focus on getting results. I got my 0-calorie Cholula, I got my 0-calorie diet soda, and then I have my low-calorie, high-volume food. Everything we've talked about as of right now. Practice what you preach, baby. So tip number 9 is kind of a personal one that I found to be very helpful through my experience, through my fat loss journey, that can be very helpful for you too. And it's eliminate your fats during the day and save them for dinner. Have a more fatty dinner. And the reason for that is because I believe that most of us can stick to our routine during the day for breakfast and for lunch because we're in a routine, and things get out of whack when we come home and get ready for dinner. So eliminating those higher calorie foods during the day and saving them for later is going to set us up for success, but not just for that, but also for satiety and fullness, keeping you full. Having a higher protein and fat meal for dinner is going to keep you full for longer and throughout the night, hoping that you won't wake up at 3 in the morning grabbing some cookies that you shouldn't have bought in the first place. Now, I'm not standing here saying G said have a fatty meal with avocado, olive oil, fatty meats, nuts, and seeds. You can, as long as you track these things. See how this goes back to tip number 1? Because that is the most important one. And last but not least, tip number 10, and probably one of the most important ones and crucial ones to sticking to any diet long term. And it's finding a dessert or snack that you look forward to having every single day. For me, it's either my protein cereal or my rice cakes with peanut butter, maybe some dark chocolate chips and some honey, or what I've been having lately is still my protein cereal, but instead of protein powder, it's Greek yogurt. Now this is gonna make dieting 10 times easier when you know that you don't have to cheat on something, when you can have this as your treat as long as you track it and you have it input into your calories. Now this is gonna be a wrap on my 10 tips that help me get shredded. These are 10 tips that you can start doing right now, and I will be sharing more in the future videos, so make sure that you guys are subscribed, that way you don't miss out. If you're looking for a personalized and customized diet and training plan, feel free to reach out to me on Instagram. As for now, you guys know exactly what to do. If you enjoyed this video, hit me with a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, tap that bell where you guys get notified when I post, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace, baby. The natural sauce. G's natural sauce. That's what I'm gonna do in the future. G's natty sauce. Stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. G's natural sauce. Get it? Sauce? Because like natty or not.